I'll say what's up when we're live.
Center Hill's already given us alarm clocks, telling us what time it is.
Better hell, we're live. That's why. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Johnny, how are you doing today, my friend?
Feeling good, man. We got some amazing artists in our green room today, bro. This is gonna be something else.
Yeah, it's been a pretty freaking interesting week for me too. But hey, got through the week. We made it to Sunday. Got to our stream. It's happening. A lot of people
40th
asking
birthday.
what was going on. Kind
40th
of threw it
birthday.
together towards the end of the week. Oh yeah. But yeah, what do you got going on? You want to say anything?
Let's see. I'm home alone with my daughter, so I might be back and forth. My wife's dad is playing a gig. He's in a rock and roll band, and he's playing a gig, so the whole family went. So all hell could break loose here. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Why don't we bring in our special guest host? Because everybody
I was going
loves
to say, in case that happens, we got a co-host today who can definitely hold his ground, and you know what I mean. Everybody knows him in the community. He's our local. What do you say? Community
rap
musician,
star.
community rapper,
He's a rap star.
Community rap star. We got our buddy Handsome Sal in the house. What's up, Sal?
Doing well. Do you guys know that the Wolfman has nards?
What?
You have that? You've said that before. Okay.
The Wolfman has nards.
All right.
That's a good one.
That's an old movie reference, John.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't get any older than me. What movie is that?
Hey,
Monster Squad.
I know where that's from. I've heard that now. Now you say it's a movie reference, but don't tell me. But hey, let's keep rolling though. We don't want to keep our guests behind.
Bring them in, man.
John, you want to start bringing them in one by
Sure.
one?
So check it out. I like showing some artwork. So here's some artwork from our first guest. This guy's been a friend of mine for quite some time. You guys know I love showing off my Ashers. There's one of my wife's Beths. That's the very first sketch card I think I ever commissioned from anybody, as a matter of fact. Let's bring him on in. That's Mr. Kelly Greider. Where's Kelly at down here? Here we go. What's up, Kelly?
Hey, what's up?
Nice to meet you, brother. How you doing today?
I'm all right. How you guys doing?
Another beautiful day, you know what I mean?
No football yet.
No. But there's always wrestling, right, Kelly? I know you're a wrestling fan.
Always. No off season.
Who's your favorite wrestler, Kelly Greider?
Currently or all time?
Like mine is Minoru Suzuki, but I have a 5. Like I have Scott Steiner, young Scott Steiner, Minoru Suzuki. Whoa. I love Bruiser Brody.
Man, I love Suzuki, the man with the worst personality in the world.
Bro. Yes, bro. I love Stan Hansen, Bruiser Brody. And I love Emi Sakura. But I need to hear yours.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Greatest of all time. Number 2, personal favorite, just because he's from the region, Rob Van Dam.
Oh.
3, I'm going to go with Justin Liger.
Oh, yeah. You got those figures? You got those Jushin Liger figures? You got those? I'll send you one. I have an extra Jushin Liger figure from Japan, one of those fully posable model ones. I'll send you one.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we'll link up. I'll send you something.
All right, cool, man.
All right, Kelly, awesome to bring you in. Now let's bring our next guest in because we got a full panel, guys.
Oh, here we go.
Go ahead.
Some artwork from the next. Wow. Couple banging Ashers, as always. Let's welcome Mr. Chad Scheres to the show.
Hello.
How you
Somebody
doing, buddy?
was just messaging me some sketch cards they got of him.
Yeah, I've done a few of those over the years. So. How's everyone tonight?
Nice.
Wonderful. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
Heck yeah, good to see you, brother. So who else we got back here waiting around? Well, let's bring this guy in. Couple of cards, of course, as usual. This is actually a 4-card set that all go together. So check these out. Wow.
Getting close to see it.
Mr. Jeff Cox, a personal friend of mine. How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Good, good. Good to see you. How's it going over there?
It is going. Staying busy and, just alive and kicking. That's all that matters.
So all of our community members that are watching, just so you know, all these guys are going to be auctioning off stuff today live during the stream. So stick around and pick up some artwork, pick up some cards, because we got some real nice stuff that's about to get auctioned off
Like
here.
some real crazy stuff.
That's right. That's right. All right. So let's bring in the next. This is the newest Garbage Pail Kids artist, I do believe, to the group, and I don't have any of your work yet, so we're going to have to work on that. Mr. Dan Lydiate. Where'd he go? How you doing, brother?
How you going?
Good to meet you. Now he's one of our down under artists, and it's like 6, 7 in the morning where he's at. So we appreciate.
Yeah, 7 o'clock down here. G'day.
Good day indeed.
Kick him out.
So welcome to the family, brother. We're happy that you're doing some work. I've seen some of your cards. I don't own any, but man, your artwork's amazing. And where'd he go?
One day, Dave. One day.
Oh, we got
Time traveler.
That's it.
I didn't touch it
Tomorrow already.
So check this one out here. Last but not least, let's get our last guest in here so we can start this. Here's a piece of their artwork for all of y'all.
Yep.
This was an unannounced guest. Oh, this is the finest Asher. This is my favorite
Let's
Asher.
bring him back in though. Hey, time out.
Why does Dan keep popping out on us?
There he is.
I didn't touch it. If you double click it, it'll click it in and out. It's a matter of touchy button.
Welcome to the show, Lowell. How are you doing, brother?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Glad I could make it happen.
Man, we're glad to have you here. We got a lot of your fans in the community. We got a lot of people that are interested in meeting you and hearing some stories.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to be here. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. So why don't we do this? Why don't we, you guys want to get an auction going while we start these interviews? Because we have a lot of stuff to auction off live during this stream. So let's get something up. Let's get something for sale. And let's start right off with one of the Lowell Isaac sketch cards. Let's get one of those sold, and then we'll move on to another artist and sell something else. So,
all right, here's one. These were,
we'll put it up and then
these were commissions for other people that were rejected by me, and then I did another version that I liked a little better. So they're just sitting here.
I can't believe you rejected those.
So this is what we're gonna do. To everybody watching, that card right there is going to start at a $20 bid right now. As we run our interview, we're going to keep track of the bids, and we're going to keep a live auction going at all times during this stream. So I'll tell you what, I'll start that off at $20 right now. So Sal, you can pop me into the chat at a $20 bid. And if somebody wants to outbid me, that's great. But I'm going to start it off, and I'm going to start the interview process here, and I'm going to start right with you, Lowell. How was it that you got into Garbage Pail Kids? How did you become a Garbage Pail Kids artist?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I know I've said this before, but my wife really got me back into it. I know I probably had a couple as a kid, and I loved that whole world of, Mad Magazine and the dinosaurs attack and all the great, horrible things that we had as kids in the 80s, But my wife was really into it, and I started doing cards just sort of for her, just to, for her amusement, and then posting them online. And then another sketch artist saw them and connected me with the art director at Topps, and that was that. So it was a pretty cool thing.
So your artwork is so unique, and the style is so recognizable right off the bat. I mean, is all of your artwork in the same style? Is this, I know that you teach art and whatnot, or is this something that you do for your Garbage Pail Kids, your wacky packs, or is that really, conducive of all of your work and the style that you do?
That's a good question. I mean, I like to play around and mix things up. I use different media, sometimes I'll use digital or mix the two, but, I try to make everything as me as it can be, and use sort of my own point of view, and it's sort of a organic process. I think if you're just kind of playing with it and having fun with it and trying to get some emotion to it, something interesting is going to happen. And so luckily it worked. And when I first started doing these, I was a little bit worried because I don't really draw in the garbage pail, the traditional style. So I thought this might not work at all. The first card I did, I thought this may not happen, doing it this small and doing it my way, but that's kind of how I do everything. I'm like, okay, I'll do my version and see if that flies. And luckily, it works. People like it.
That's awesome. Listen, one more time. Will you show the card right now that we're auctioning off at the moment? That's a Brainy Janie Lowell Isaac on personal stock. I'm sorry. The bid's at $20. If y'all don't bid, then I'm gonna win it at $20, and I'm happy with that. But if you'd like a piece of that card, we are doing a live auction right now, and the bid's at $25. So I'm gonna bring up our next artist here, Mr. Jeffrey Cox. Let me move you over to the screen here. Maybe.
Just Jeff's fine.
There we go.
I always feel like I'm in trouble when you call me Jeffrey.
So how was it that you got into the Garbage Pail Kids world? How did you become a sketch artist? Tell everybody your story of how you started with us.
Oh wow. So I was an artist my whole life, but I did draw for about 14 years. And I remember picking up a pencil on March 1st of 2018 and just sketching something. And it was Wicket the Ewok, but he had a Thug Life tattoo on his belly. And I thought that's pretty cool. So I kept pursuing it. And at the time I was into collecting Star Wars action figures, like the vintage Star Wars action figures. And a lot of people in the group were talking about Star Wars sketch cards. And I'd never heard of the word sketch card before. So I started asking people, what's a sketch card? And they explained what it was, 2.5 by 3.5 inch card. And so I started messing around with some Star Wars sketch cards, and that's kind of how I got my foot in the door with Topps, was doing Star Wars. I did 2 sets of probably the most worst movies in the Star Wars franchise. So that got my foot in the door with Topps, and then from there I was able to kind of traverse laterally into Garbage Pail Kids with a lot of whining and moaning. But yeah, I've done probably like 6-7 sets now, a couple online, mostly retail. I really love doing it. It's great.
That's awesome. We love having you on the crew, man. You're a fantastic person, and I'm lucky enough to be able to call you. You know what I mean? I know you on a personal level, and your artwork is simply amazing, man. Really, you do a great job.
Thanks, man.
Your comic book is hilarious. Your comic book is so funny. I've read it about 5 times already.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. Team Trash all the way, baby.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, we're just kind of a collective of artists, and we came up with that idea of doing like a comic book. It's all Garbage Pail Kids sketch card artists, but we're doing original non-GPK artwork in kind of the vein of Mad and Cracked. And we've got one issue out right now. The second one's about 90% done, 95% done. Just waiting on a few more pages, and hopefully go into this fall.
That's exciting.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations on that. All right, let's bring my boy Kelly over here. Kelly, how was it? Starting you guys with all the same question. We like to know the history of how you got into the brand and how you got on to be an artist. Can you tell us about that?
Well, like a lot of people, I collected back in the 80s. Less so the Garbage Pail Kids, more so other non-sport brands, but around about the time that they went back to the retro style pre-lawsuit characters with BNS1, I got back into collecting because a friend showed me that one of the main cards there was a Captain America parody, knowing that it's my favorite superhero, one of my #1 obsessive collections. So that got me back into it, in the collecting side anyway. And I really started drawing. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
No, I just started sketching like card size artwork early 2000s. More before the publishers really caught on with it, when they were ACOs, the art card editions and originals. I tried to dig out some of the stuff I did when I was in my early 20s, because I knew it was in a box somewhere out at my mom's and couldn't find it. But yeah, eventually, once I got back into collecting them, I wanted to do Mars Attack sketches, so I just started bugging Topps with my artwork until eventually, around 2016 with the Prime Slime Trashy TV set, they finally relented and gave me a spot.
That's awesome. We're glad. I want to show one of the comics off that you did for me, because this is one of my personal favorite things that I own, to be quite honest. I'm gonna have to crack it out here, but this, I know you remember this.
Oh,
So
the repaired one?
Oh boy, repaired is something. So this comic right here started off as a total save. Okay, it had stickers all over the front of it. It was totally jacked when I got this comic. So I sent this to Kelly and said, Kelly, I don't know what you could possibly do with it, but make something happen, right? So we got the stickers off, and where it got thin, he actually made it into a Freddy like slash, right?
Oh, nice.
He bound a second cover in. He unbound this, put a second cover behind, and then stapled the whole thing right back together and made a second cover.
That thing's nasty.
That's sweet.
So this started as something that most people would have thrown in the trash. And Kelly saved this book and turned it into an absolute masterpiece with his creativity.
I saved it by cutting holes in it.
And artwork.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, that's something I love showing off to people because it's one of those, you know, the frog that turned into the prince kind of things, you know? So, yeah, that's my story. So hold on here. Let me bring in Mr. Chad Scheres. Hi, Chad.
Hello.
How you doing, brother? Sorry, we got a big panel, so I'm sorry that sometimes these take a few to get through to everybody. So tell us your story, brother. How did you get to be where you're at? How did you get to be gracing us with your artwork?
Well, I've just always drawn stuff my whole life and heavily influenced by cartoons, Mad Magazine, horror movies, that kind of thing. And one day on Facebook back in 2014 or so, I saw somebody had posted that Topps was bringing back the ugly stickers from the 60s as an artist on demand thing. And so I just sent them a bunch of my drawings and said, I've been drawing ugly monsters my whole life. And I forgot about it. And then a few months later, I got an email from Mike Jasperson, who's no longer with Topps. And he asked me if I wanted to draw some sketch cards. And I said, sure, what's that? I didn't know what a sketch card was. So anyway, they sent me these artist on demand sketch cards. And the whole program was people could go on and pick their character and pick the artist that they wanted to draw the sketch card. And of course, nobody picked me because I was on there with Smokin' Joe and Neil Cameron, Brent Ingstrom, Fred Wheaton. Those guys were getting picked. Nobody picked me to draw a card. But anyway, after that, we all just started drawing the cards. And then I did some cards, artist on demand cards from there. And really wanted to work on Star Wars. Really wanted to work on Mars Attacks. Got in on both of those. And then I just started sending some GPK stuff in. And then got on there with the, I think it was the American Apple Pie set was the first one I did. And been doing it ever since. And I did a lot of Star Wars. I'm not doing those anymore though. And I just finished up Martian Initials, which is Mars Attacks with letters.
Oh, nice. GPK did that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got here's. I can show you these because the set's been announced. These are some jumbo cards that I did for the Martian Initials.
Oh, sweet.
These are the big ones. You know, he's eating astrobits, which are letters, so that fits in with the thing. And I think it's going live on a Kickstarter thing in July, they said, and we're halfway through July. So anytime now, these should be announced, and you can get on there and buy your sets, Martian Initials. And it's Sidekick that's putting this out. So, you know, they always do the cool thing with the packaging and everything. So. But yeah, I just finished those up, and I'm working on the new Garbage Pail Kids set now, which I can't tell you what it is because it's a secret. And some of you probably already know because I think someone probably spilled it, but I'm not saying anything.
You know, Sidekicks is out at the Philly show every year. You ought to come out there and see us. I'm at every one of the Philly shows. If you can ever make it out.
I've done the Philly show twice now, and actually Sidekick sponsored me one year to come out there. So yeah, it's a lot of fun out there.
That's awesome.
I was invited to come out and do it this year, but I already have another show that I committed to, so I can't make it this year.
This is one of Chad's covers that he did for me. Again, your artwork, just like actually everybody on this panel today, has very unique style, you know, and it's easy for me when I see one of your cards, I'm like, that's a Chad Scheres. You know what I mean? Like, it's so detailed and so nice. Like, just outstanding artwork. You know, a lot of fans of your style out there. A lot of people really like seeing what you're doing and how you do it. And this one again, I mean, what a great take on this character, you know. All right, so let's bring Dan over. Dan is our newest addition to the Garbage Pail Kids sketch family again. So, you know, there's a lot of new artists that are trying to make it into the Tops artist lineup and rotation. So how did you do it? How did you get in? And what was your process, bud?
I was lucky, mate. I actually only started drawing a year ago. So I started that, popping my stuff up on Facebook and promoting my stuff and was pretty overwhelmed with commissions straight away. So not long after that, Julia McKenzie approached me to put me in the almanac for the hottest unsigned artists, which was an honor, obviously, which I was stoked with. And then from there, Jeff Rockwell reached out to me and said that David Gross was gathering email addresses to put through to Tops for any upcoming sets. And then next thing, I got an email from Tops saying, here's your invite. Do you want to start doing sketch cards for us? So I was blown away, honestly, after only drawing for a very short period of time. But I mean, I think my stuff's good. Hopefully you guys do too. So that's the story.
The upcoming set will be the first set that you've got official sketches in. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
I can't wait to pull one of those.
I was gonna say Bounty.
In there.
Hey, Bobby B wants to know if anybody in the artists are working on the Boglin sketch cards right now.
I did the Boglins. That was last year. It should be coming out soon, I think. I haven't heard anything about it, but I did sketch cards for Boglins. Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah, that was a Kickstarter thing that was over a long time ago, and I haven't heard anything about it yet. But yeah, and I have a lot of Boglin blank sketch cards too, if anyone's interested.
Oh,
there you
go. Commission.
All right, so let's bring Lowell back in. Lowell, one more time, hold up that Brainy Janie. We're going to try to catch some bids here real fast. Guys, this is up for auction right now. It's a Lowell Brainy Janie. It's at $35. This is what we're doing at the moment. We're going to see if anybody else wants in on this, and then we're going to bring another artist, have something to auction off. We're going to be doing this all through the show. So if you'd like this card, it's only at $35. Throw something into the chat, and if not, we're going to end that out, and we're going to move on to another card.
Yeah.
So, Lowell,
giving away stuff too? Let's go.
It's so nice to meet you.
I'll tell you what she's showing you, and it's kind of funny because people have been mentioning the Star Wars cards, and I got invited to do the Star Wars set, and I was really excited because I love Star Wars, but something sort of possessed me while I was working on them, and I had this idea to do all Jar Jars. So all I did.
Oh boy!
I was just cracking myself up.
He thinks you, sir.
They got were completely rejected by Lucasfilm.
You better hope she doesn't grab anything.
That's awesome.
An example of that not working. My approach.
So I've seen
those are for me.
I've seen some of her artwork as well that you've posted online. Is she the artist that likes to draw with you?
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Lowell, who's your favorite Garbage Pail Kid to draw?
Honestly, I never get tired of drawing Adam Baum. I think he's pretty fun. He's kind of perfect. I think there's a reason he's become the icon, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he is.
Want to hop down? Yeah, there's just, I don't know. Any way you mess with him, it still reads as Adam Baum. He's fun to work with.
Oh, one of our Facebook users said they'll give you $15 for a rejected Jar Jar.
Okay. We could do one of those. That'd be fine. Although I think technically I don't know if I'm supposed to have them, but we could do that.
Uh-oh.
We're not trying to get in trouble either.
I'm gonna document it. I'm gonna document it as a just in case.
Okay. Sounds good.
Jar Jar card.
Cloudy's usually our Facebook user.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so listen, we're going to wrap up that Brainy Janie. If nobody else is interested in bidding on the Brainy Janie Lowell Isaac personal stock sketch card, we're going to wrap that one up. Last chance. We're going to give you about 30 seconds. If nobody beats Melissa's $35, man, then she just stole a card at $35.
For real.
I was just sitting in my drawer. I don't mind at all.
Your fellow brethren.
Feel where you can just pull something out of your drawer and be like, yeah, for sale. See ya. Good. Just draw some money there. Not
Your fellow brethren, Lowell, your fellow brethren, Bobby B, artist, he said he always imagined that you look like Lowell Mendez from Heroes when you draw.
Oh yeah, I it's been a while. I can't picture that character.
All right, so we're gonna wrap that up. Melissa, we're gonna call you the winner at $35 on that card, man. Amazing pickup. Congratulations on that.
All right.
Absolutely beautiful card. Why not?
Congratulations, Melissa.
Yeah.
Winner.
Very cool.
All right. I'm gonna bring Kelly over here. I'm having trouble moving our artists onto the screen. All right, Kelly. So you said that you have some wrestling cards that you'd like to auction up. Let's get one of your cards up here. Let's start an auction for something you've got here. What do we got?
All right, let's start off hot here. Got a Undertaker Dead Ted.
All right.
Let's do it.
Undertaker Dead Ted. Let's start that off at $5. Somebody
$5
throw into the chat, and we're gonna get
20.
Kelly's.
Ryan Harris.
There we go.
I'm already locked him down. 25. 25
There
days.
we go. So we're gonna get this rolling while we start talking here. Kelly, what's your favorite card that you sketched?
To sketch?
Yes.
Oh. Probably the Freddy. I mean, I've gotten so used to it. Between the variations of Freddy, Atom Bomb, and even Trump, it's just those three. I could draw not even paying attention to it. But after a certain amount of time, it's just all muscle memory.
I'm sure that I've helped contribute to your Freddy drawing habits. I haven't even shown people half the stuff I've got here from you.
You're gonna show some that I forgot I drew.
Oh yeah, I'll bet you I've got some you forgot. This one here, I think this was the first commission I got from you. Where is it? And the people that are familiar with the Freddy movies will know this one. This one is iconic.
Oh, the Japanese poster one.
Nice.
Oh,
that's a Japanese movie poster of the Nightmare on Elm Street movie that Kelly redid in the Asher style. And he actually put Japanese writing down the side that has the original card number.
That's cool.
It's awesome. I got so many artworks stacked up all around.
Excellent movie skill.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeff, welcome to the big screen. Hey, we got $40 on that Undertaker Dead Ted.
We had Keith on 40 before.
Yeah, I just caught that right now. I just seen that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keith was in at 41st. So, Jeff, who's your favorite character to sketch on the cards, brother?
My favorite character, I can't really think of any specific character, but I like to do the more obscure characters. Like I draw from a lot of OS 15, 14, 13. I like to get the really obscure, not so very often seen characters. That's kind of what I like. But Atom Bomb, yeah, no reference needed.
Everybody loves
my eyes closed.
I hate Atom Bomb. I love the character because it's iconic to the brand.
Yeah.
But I understand if I was an artist, that's all I'd draw because I understand, that's where the money is. That's what people want to buy because that is our mascot, if you will. But man, I just see him so much. Enough with you, Atom Bomb, and stop.
100% agree. No offense to anyone that loves Atom Bomb, but man, after drawing him so many times, I'm kind of sick of drawing him. But I still crank out the occasional Atom every once in a while because that's what people like.
I mean,
the money is.
It's a money card, right? That's the money card.
It.
I hear you.
Nice.
Oh.
What's your favorite video game, Jeff? What's your favorite video game, Jeff? What's your favorite?
My favorite video game?
Yeah, bro.
Oh man. Are we talking like 80s stand-up arcade cabinets? Are we talking about modern video games?
Let's do that. Let's go in those sections.
So 80s stand-up video game cabinets. Crystal Castles is one of my favorites. Joust is another one.
What are they flying? Are those flamingos on Joust, by the way? What is it? Ostriches?
It's an ostrich and vultures.
Okay.
But yeah, that's Joust is like one of my all-time favorite games. I like a lot of the old school games. Atari Pitfall, man, Pitfall was my jam on the Atari 2600. Lately, though, on my Xbox, I've been playing a lot of Skyrim, been playing a lot of Red Dead. I like the open sandbox games where you can have a story and kind of follow the storyline, but you can also go off and do your own thing and have side quests. And I dig the open sandbox games a lot.
I'm all about that life. I'm all about that life, Jeff.
Grand Theft 5, GT5. Been playing a lot of that too. But yeah, I like the open sandbox. Skyrim.
I like anything with RPG elements. I play D&D with my friends online. We should do it on webcam. Like we do the dice. So I like anything with RPG elements. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, actually playing a game group on Saturday nights. It's me and 3 other guys who play a game called Frosthaven. It's kind of like it's a Kickstarter game, but it's kind of like a mashup between D&D and Magic.
Yeah.
There's a board and there's pieces, and it's really hard to explain. There's really cool game mechanics to it, but yeah, I dig it a lot.
We're playing Mothership right now. We're playing like a sci-fi Kickstarter one too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that they have is called Nemesis too. Anyways, getting off topic.
Yeah.
If anybody out there Fortnite, I avidly play Fortnite, and I'd be happy to jump into a lobby with you. I'm just going to throw that out.
I've never played Fortnite, John.
Let's go, brother. I told you before. I'll get you in. I don't care if you suck.
Totally suck.
So, Chad, what's your favorite character to draw, brother?
Oh, any of the monsters, really. I like Frankenstein, Creepy Carol, any of the Tom Bunk stuff. He's my favorite. So I like Captain Spaulding, of course, because he's one of my favorite characters. And I just I loved Sid Haig forever. I've seen everything that he's done.
Rest in peace.
The first time I ever saw him was on Electro Woman and Dyna Girl, which you guys are probably too young to remember that, or too old. I don't remember. Anyway, back in the 70s, show Electro Woman and Dyna Girl was part of the Croft Super Show, and Sid Haig was a bad guy on there. And then he was also on Jason of Star Command. He always played a villain. So I always remember seeing him whenever he would be on the Fall Guy or Fantasy Island or whatever. Always playing the bad guy, and then when he showed up as Captain Spaulding in House of a Thousand Corpses, I love that guy. So yeah, he's one of my favorites to draw. Here's one that I just did recently.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yes.
Yep. There we go.
I like drawing him.
A lot of people like that character. A lot of people dig that card. Little known fact: the very first sketch card I ever pulled was a Jason Crosby, and it was a Captain Spaulding, Jason Crosby trash can sketch card.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to meet him at a convention right before he passed, and he was just a cool guy. He saw one of my tattoos and Creature from the Black Lagoon, and he said, "Oh, you like that?" And I said, "Yeah, I love that." He goes, "Me too. Sit down." And we sat and we talked about all the old movies for half an hour at least. He was just a really cool guy. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's bring Dan over. Dan, who do you like drawing, brother? You've started your first series of sketches, right?
Yeah.
Who do you?
So I haven't had the experience that a lot of the guys have had. So some of these characters I'm drawing for the very first time, which is pretty cool. But I do love the horror stuff. My wife's right into horror movies, so Freddie does get a show here and there. So there's one I did for my wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
For your wife, I need one of those, man. You see what I got going on over here? I need some of that.
There's another one I'm working on in the background as well, in between the cards. So
John's gonna need.
John's a fan of the slasher Asher.
Wow, yeah.
I know.
You got the Asher Army.
The Asher Army.
I like Electric Bill, Wrinkly Randy is one I enjoy drawing. But there's several.
Electric Bill is a classic that doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. That is an iconic card right there. All right, so where are we at with this bid?
$45 Constance.
Where did Kelly drop out here? Well, we lost Kelly. All right, well, we're going to call that.
We'll throw his house deed in.
Yep, well, Kelly's house deed and the cards at $45, and we're going to call it. So, Constance, congratulations on that. We're going to say that that's sold.
Sold. I'm documented. Constance got it at 45.
45. You keeping track of that, Big Sal?
Yeah, I got it all documented on my Excel sheet.
Jeff, sell us something, brother.
I've got a blind box.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever the final bid is, I guarantee you will be satisfied. It'll be worth the money.
The value is in
So
there.
there,
Yeah.
there it is. Blind box.
So Jeff's putting himself out there. How much do you think Jeff is worth?
The blind box, we are starting this at $100 for this blind box. This is no joke. Nope, we're starting this one at $100.
$100, yeah.
But Jeff, gosh darn tease.
Yeah,
It's worth way more than that.
It's gonna be
This is worth way more than $100. Yeah, you will get something that you will definitely appreciate.
Ryan still throws.
Yeah, got my word.
It's getting up there. We're getting there. We're a fourth of the way.
Constant's
Oh, we got
110.
110.
Constant's 110. Yep, documented. Pal.
Do not include new pictures.
There's going to be all kinds of stuff. I will have some original artwork in there. I'll have all kinds of goodies. I'll have some prints. I'll have some just random odds and ends. I've got some GPK goodies as well that I'll throw in there as well. So it won't just be my work, but it'll just be a really great blind box full of Garbage Pail Kids junk.
Shout out
All right,
to my
so here's a question.
Yeah.
Who do you hate drawing? Who do you when somebody
Who
commissions?
do I hate drawing?
You do this and you're just like, oh, son of a no, I hate that. Like who is it? Somebody, you gotta have one.
Atom Bomb. I hate to say it because everyone else is like, I love Atom Bomb, but yeah, I've told people I charge extra for drawing Atom Bomb.
And you
usually
know what?
The people that oh, go ahead.
No, you guys should charge extra because unless you know that their name is Adam or you know that already that they're an established Adam collector, they're only getting it for one reason, and you know it, and that's to make
one
money.
reason. Flip it.
That's right.
That's mainly it. Yep, to flip it. So yeah, unless I know that they're really an Atom Bomb collector, I've drawn one recently for it was for the guy Almeida David in France. I drew that Atom Bomb for him a while back, and that was the first guy that I told, I'm gonna have to charge you extra for the Atom, and he was like, no, I'm really an Atom Bomb collector. So I was like, okay, I'll make the exception this time. But that's kind of my rule, is that I really don't like drawing Atom, but I will, I crank him out every once in a while.
Yep. David's a good friend of mine. That Adam's actually here at my house because I've been his U.S. shipping hub the last couple of years. So all of the stuff that he gets actually gets shipped to me. So I can vouch that he really does collect Atom Bomb. So
yeah, he does.
Good answer, Jeff. That's the best answer I've heard all day. Lowell, howdy, sir. Who do you hate drawing, man? You got to have one.
Oh gosh. Honestly, if they're too dull, or I mean, the truth is, I kind of don't like drawing too many characters. I feel like I can have fun with anything, but if they start just piling characters in, then it starts to feel like you're just checking things off, and you can't really do interesting things with it. I like to keep a low number. I guess that's the only thing that bugs me. Mm-hmm.
Just keeping one at a time. You don't want a whole scene of like 10 different characters.
Yeah, or maybe 2 or 3, but they can bounce off of each other. But when you're packing them in, especially on something small, then it's
right.
Just like, what.
So here's one I got for you specifically. Do you always draw a specific Garbage Pail Kid character? Or I've seen some sketch cards where people have been like, well, what character is it? And I'm like, I don't know if it is. That might just be a Lowell Isaac creation.
Yeah, I'll cop to that. Sometimes
it's a game trying to figure out which one it is.
I mean, especially back when I was first doing them, it's like I wouldn't see any of them come back, and I'm like, these are just going out into the void. And so I just try to entertain myself. And so I start doing family members or whoever. And, and it's a weird thing too. This is a weird gig, because it's like I always feel really faithful to the person I'm doing something for that's paying me, and so it's like when Topps is like, well, we're kind of chucking most of these, then it starts to feel like, well, what am I doing, but people have talked about that, but yeah, the truth is there are some oddballs in there, but more recently I've been seeing a lot more coming back and showing up on eBay, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be a little more specific. But
very popular on eBay.
No,
Your fan base has been growing, though. You know what I mean? You're like it's like your first beer. When you first have it, you're like, I don't know about all this, but after a while, you're like, this is delicious. I think I enjoy this. You know,
that's really true. The first, honestly, I kind of thought the first batch would be it. I'm like, I'll just do it, and that'll be it. And but I didn't realize there was such a vital community, you know, and that's the fun part. But yeah, I kind of would treat them almost like a sketchbook. Like I'm just drawing, I'm drawing stuff in there.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, it's so fun to be appreciated and to have these connections, and so yeah, it's a cool thing.
I knew that. See, I knew that some of them, because I'm pretty good usually at what characters is playing that game. There's been times I'm like, man, like there's a couple of the mustache that you've done, and I'm like, that's either a self-portrait of Lowell or somebody he knows that's not a Garbage Pail Kid.
Yeah, there's some self-portraits in there.
All right, that's awesome. You should write that in the bag.
Yeah, I've even thought about, like, on some of them, honestly, I would write like sorry in there. Like those are my sorry cards. Like if you got that. I've thought about even doing a deal like, if you got something out in the wild and you don't like it, then tell me and I'll make you something maybe for a discount, or I don't know. Like I've thought about something like that, but yeah, that's the best I can.
We're at 200 here on this mystery box. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's hold on here. I want to bring Kelly in. Kelly, we sold your Undertaker card and the deed to your house for $45 in a combo deal since you weren't here. So whoever's moving in, Sal will let you know after the show.
Yes. Melissa will be moving in.
Melissa's going to be moving in with you. So just
and her cats.
Sweet.
And her cats. So listen. Well, we're gonna do last call on the Jeff Cox mystery box. First of all, the Jeff Cox mystery box. And then Kelly, for your questions, I'd like to know your favorite Garbage Pail Kid to draw and your least favorite Garbage Pail Kid to draw.
Least, that's easy. I hate doing Dead Ted.
Really?
I know
Wow.
he's popular. I just hate doing that one. I don't ever think mine turn out right. He looks unbalanced. I always think I flubbed the colors on it. Like he's one I just don't think I do.
You're too hard on yourself. He's not unbalanced. He's just a zombie. His bones aren't strong enough.
There you go.
How's about your favorite? Who do you enjoy drawing? When somebody's like, hey, can you commission this? You're like, yup.
Oh, personal favorite as opposed to just ones I'm used to. I always really like Fallen Angel from the all new series. What was it? I think 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's a beautiful card.
Yeah, that's a great one. So a lot of fun to draw, like a good challenge to it.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right, here. Let me find out here who Chad does not like drawing. Who do you hate drawing, brother?
Any of the ones that have all that yarn hair, I just don't like drawing that hair. So
Anti-Cabbage Patch hair.
Yeah, exactly. I tend to go with the bald ones, or if I am doing the hair, I just make it ratty looking and do my own thing because I don't like doing all that yarn type drawing. Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about that. There's a lot of line work in that yarn hair, huh? There's a lot of detail etch work that goes into that. I never see as a non-artist that never would have struck me, but now that you'd said it, it makes perfect sense.
And I just don't like the look of it. I like the hair to be all messy and scraggly looking, and that's just too. Yeah, I just try and stay away from the hair thing on there.
Awesome. All right, so listen, we're gonna call it on the Jeff Cox mystery box. $200, Mr. Cox.
$200 to Constant.
Yeah, Constance, just reach out to me, or John has my contact information, and we'll get everything worked out. I wanted to add something too about what Lowell was saying. Too many characters on a card is definitely a distraction. It reminded me of a time where I had a commission and they requested like 4 or 5 characters into a loaded card puzzle, and it felt like it was just very micromanaged, and it took away what I thought was fun of being able to be creative and do my own thing and give them something that I thought they would enjoy. But instead, it kind of sapped a lot of that creative juice because they had it so well thought out, and they expected to see certain things in certain places and doing certain things, and that just kind of took it away. But yeah, another character I didn't like to draw was Evil Eddie, Nasty Nick. That one I struggled with for a long time too.
Really?
It's only been recently that I
sound
feel
like you wouldn't
I,
like doing Adam book either. You like the Adam book?
Yeah, I didn't like doing Adam, but Nasty Nick was one that I remember. Just it never felt like it looked right, never turned out right. So I've drawn him several times, and it's only been recently that I feel like I feel somewhat satisfied with how he's turned out.
Awesome. It's all in your guys' heads.
Yeah,
Dan, have you found
we're
anybody?
our own worst critic.
Have you found anybody that you don't like drawing yet? That you're like, I'd rather stay away from that character.
I agree with what Chad said with the wool and hair. It is a challenge, so that's something I don't enjoy doing, or just don't do the detail, and it's something I struggle with a bit. But as far as a character that I've completed that I haven't really enjoyed, I haven't done that. I've roughed out a lot and just scrapped it. But no, not really. No.
All right, good. That's fair enough. All right, so we're going to call it on $200 for Constance for Jeff's mystery box. Dan, I know that you've got something pretty special that we're going to auction off here. Everybody that's watching, check this out because this is pretty cool. So what have you got for us today, Dan?
All right, so my very first card that was ever in a set was this one here, which is the Prodigy Firestarter card I did for Garbage Fans Kids. So along with this one, which is the special insert from the set, I'm going to auction up the final artwork, which is roughly 8 by 6 inches.
That is the final artwork.
Wow.
From one of the rookie tops artists. Are you still a rookie? We call you guys a rookie still?
Definitely still a rookie.
Okay.
His first set hasn't come out yet. He's still a rookie. So
Yeah,
we're going to
all
start the bidding on that piece at $100. That is a final artwork for the card.
With $20 shipping.
Oh, yes. It's overseas shipping, guys.
Yeah, shipping from Australia. So, yeah, allow 20 for shipping.
Yep. So anybody want to start off on that? $100 for Dan Lydiate's first ever final artwork that was put into a set. Somebody jump in. Constance is in on this at $200 right off the gate.
Appreciate you, Constance.
So,
Hey,
so
John.
here's the question. Dan,
John, I gotta. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I've got to leave. My phone's about to die. So it's been a pleasure being on the show, and I'll talk to you later.
Jeff, is that you?
Jeff. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was
Jeff.
me. You bet. I got to leave. My phone's just about to die. So I didn't
all
even
right.
interrupt the conversation, but I just want to say goodbye. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being on here, and have a great night, everyone.
Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Nice
You
chatting,
too,
thanks.
man. Thanks, Jeff.
I'm just
All
leaving
right.
the room. I'll be right back.
You're good.
Not a problem. So, Lowell, has there been a project that you had to turn down or a commission that you just didn't want to do? Has anybody ever asked for something outrageous and you were just like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, man. I wouldn't say just a flat turn down, but there have been some that are just kind of feel like a pain, or there's a little too much, or I like to have some freedom. But usually I'll try to work with them and I'll say, how about this? And people have been pretty receptive to that. I think it's we got to remember that we can do that. We can make recommendations and say, well, what if we did it this way? And people are usually cool with it. I have had a couple that I felt a little funny about, but I just I'll knock it out. But then I'm not in love with it afterwards. So I almost wish that I had said no. But I don't tend to. I don't tend to do that. I think I try to work with the folks.
Do you find it more fun for you to have a little direction from the person that's commissioning the work, or do you like that freedom where I know when I first commissioned you, I said, hey, listen, do whatever you want. I just want it to be Asher, and I'm good with whatever you do, which is usually what I do with the artists. But do you prefer to have a little direction so or just, hey, I'm going to do what I want to do?
I'll tell you, freedom is great and I do enjoy it. But the problem is if somebody means it, then that's cool. Like if they say, do whatever you want, and then they're happy with whatever you do, then that's great. But sometimes they'll say, give me whatever you want. And then you'll come up with something and they'll go, no, I don't think so. So you can't be vague and also picky at the same time. Like if you want to, but it's great if I want them to be happy with it. So if they give me a little direction, then that lets me know, okay, well, we're going to end up somewhere that they're going to like. So I love it. Like the way you do it's great. It's like, I want this character. This is what I'm thinking. Have fun with it. And then that's ideal, And I wouldn't mind it if somebody really, I have actually had one that said, really do whatever the heck you want. I'm not telling you a character or anything. And they love it every time. And that's cool. That's wonderful. But I wouldn't expect that. I'm happy to, I'm an illustrator. I'm happy to do what people ask for. But that's the thing. It takes a little bit of mental work if you're coming up with the ideas. So you don't want that to be wasted. You don't want that to, it's not like, you know what I mean? Like you don't want that to be rejected. But
no,
honestly,
absolutely.
Yeah. But honestly, it's kind of amazing just the number of people and clients that I've done things for in this community, and they've pretty much all been great. I can only think of like one or two that have been annoying out of hundreds. And that's kind of amazing. You're really wonderful people,
Our community is a little different than, I always say it all the time, like the sports card community, man, they are cutthroat and mean, and we get a nice little family unit going on around here. We really do.
Yeah, it's really surprising. It's really cool.
Heck yeah. All right, Kelly, ever been a project that you just turned down, said, nope, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to draw it, I can't do it?
Well, there's been a couple that I passed on to others just because it was out of my wheelhouse. Like, for somebody that's been doing garbage chute droids as long as I have, well, like a year, I kind of suck at doing mecha robots. So those jobs I tend to pass on.
One of my favorite artworks is the Grimlock throwing the baseball that you did for garbage.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna have to disagree with you, brother, because that's beautiful.
That was a rare exception.
Bro, there's a lot of your fans out there of your garbage chute droids. Believe that. I've just gotten into this whole garbage chute droids world myself. Thank you very much, Adam Marks. But the people I talk to, you've got a lot of fans that you're doing the garbage chute droids works with. Believe that, man.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think. Chad.
Yes, hello.
Anything you've turned down? You ever told somebody, no, I'm not going to do that commission? Any character that you absolutely despise and won't do?
Yeah, if they get crazy. Like I had one guy that said he wanted atom bombs sitting on a green mushroom, and then he wanted Rick and Morty in the background coming through a time tunnel with Fred Flintstone and Wilma laying on the ground. And it just went on and on and on. And then I wrote him back and said, you realize this is a sketch card, right? You want all that on a sketch card? And he said, yeah. And I said, sorry, I can't do it. And then he wrote me back. He goes, sorry, man, I'm really stoned. No, I said, no.
Was that
Sal,
me?
stop
Was that
getting
me?
in touch with the artist, Sal.
Was that me? Was that me?
It might have been. I don't know. Yeah. But no, usually I'll just try and work with people. And, if they come up with these ideas that they think are really funny and they're not, or something that's been done a million times before, I try and steer them away and, add something different on there. But or the ones that have this great idea and I quote them a price and they say, oh, well, I don't have any money. I just thought you were doing this for fun.
Oh,
a lot.
Listen, you guys, none of these artists do this just because they're bored. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is how they make a living and feed their families. That's why, again, we love supporting you guys. When you guys come on, we always try to get people to buy some things. We always do try to get some money in your pockets because, without you guys, we wouldn't have this hobby. We wouldn't have something to be passionate about. So, we do respect what you guys do around here. Believe that.
Yeah, if I'm going to draw something for free, I'm going to pick what I want to draw and not what you're asking me to draw.
Yeah, I bet, man. So let me get over here to Dan. So have people been getting in touch with you about commissions now? Because you're our young buck. I know that people were getting with you before you were official, but now that you're official, I know that you've been busy putting the set out and stuff. Have you been doing commissions as well?
I haven't been actively doing commissions while I'm doing the set. We had a lot of cards to get through, so a decent deadline compared to what artists have previously had, from what I've been told. But and we're doing just shy of 100 cards, including the loadeds and the triptychs and all that sort of stuff. So it's a big volume of stuff. So I haven't been taking on commissions. I've had people approach me about some artist proofs or artist returns and getting some stuff done. So I just have an expression of interest list. I take no money until I'm ready to start. So that's the way I operate.
Dan, while we have you on screen, can you show that artwork again? I'm getting asked in private messages.
Yeah, that was my next thing too. Show the artwork. We're auctioning this off right now. It's a final artwork.
That's a fire starter, guys.
That's what's up for auction right now. You can see the bid in the window, in the chat window here.
Plus card. That's final art also. People, that's final art. That's not a print. That is final art.
Who's got sound effects?
Baba Booey.
All right, so Dan, you are not open for commissions at this time. Is that what you said?
I'm not actively doing commissions at this point in time. So if people want me to do something, I'm certainly happy to put them on what I call an expression of interest list. So the reason I do that is if I don't have the time to do something, I don't want to take people's money now. Mm-hmm. So I'm more than happy to take on commissions, but I don't take funds up front.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Kelly, are you open for commissions right now? Something our viewers know.
Yeah, I am. I finished my run for the next set that I can't talk about. I just need to get that stuff scanned. But yes, always open for business.
There
You're
you
lucky
go.
to be finished, man.
Chad, are you open for commissions at the moment, brother? Are you actively taking on orders?
Not at the moment. I am booked up through, I'm guessing, October. So maybe after Halloween. Yeah, I've got a long list of things that need to get done.
That's awesome. Hey, that's good though, man. Means you're busy, right?
Oh yeah, but I'm always willing to put you on that list, but just don't expect anything next week. So yeah.
Yep, hear that. Lowell, everybody wants to know if they can get a Lowell Isaac original, man. Are they able to do that right now?
Yeah. I'm always open. I'm still waiting on a batch of blank sketch cards on my stock, but they should come soon. I've got a few blank comics. So yeah, I'm always pretty much open.
Fantastic. So besides the artist life, which I know consumes 90% of everything you do and breathe and eat, what else do you do, man? What are your hobbies? What do you do besides Garbage Pail Kids and artwork to pass your time? Besides the family, of course, we've all got the families to deal with. But what do you enjoy doing, man?
Well, let's see. I guess movies might be the other thing. You know, I love movies, and I've got a nice big projection set up in my living room with a thing that goes across the room, and that's probably the other passion. But art and family eats up really 99% of it.
You can capture the whole essence of a movie in one card, Mr. Isaac. I just want to say that.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do.
I mean that.
And I studied film. I used to do more of that and animation, and I'm always doing comics, and I've always got a lot of stuff on the roster that I'm working on. So you know, that's both my work and my passion and everything. But it all bleeds in from that. But yeah, movies, riding my bike around. If I can. That's about it.
Keeping active. There you go. Hey, you got to keep active, man.
Right.
Like, Dan, what do you do besides artwork, brother? What's your passion down under?
I ride a motorbike, so that's something I enjoy doing. I've recently gotten a Triumph Tiger to do some off-road stuff, so I'm hoping to get away with some friends and just do some overnight camping trips on the bike and do that. So yeah, that's something I've done for a while riding, but
I see pictures of Australia and it looks beautiful down there, right? And then I see pictures of you guys as spiders, and I'm like, no, straight to hell with all that. There's no way you would catch me anywhere near Australia, just because. I mean, you guys got spiders like as big as my head down there.
They got venomous creatures out there, even in the water, sir.
There's some scary stuff down here for sure. But typically, if you stay away from them, they'll stay away from you. And in the cities, we don't get major wildlife. I mean, where I am, I'm on the Gold Coast, just on the outskirts of the city. So where I am, yes, we can get snakes. Yes, we can get spiders. Do I see any? Not many. So.
Oh man, well you're lucky, bro. You're absolutely lucky because I would not. If I saw one of them, I'd be on the first thing moving off that island, bro. Gone. Absolutely fine. I'm not scared of too much in my life. I'll cuddle up with a snake, but bro, you got a spider in me like a daddy long leg, I'm out the door. See ya. Kelly, what do you do, man? What do you do besides draw all day?
Very little, actually. There's a couple video games I'm into. I mean, the AEW game just came out, so that's a throwback to the old Nintendo 64 wrestling games.
Does it really have the Aki engine? Does it have the old Aki engine? Does it really have that?
Yeah, but it plays a little more like the Def Jam games than the, virtual pro wrestling, No Mercy deal.
I'm from southeastern Minnesota, AAW country or whatever. It's right here. Like
you're AWA country. AWA
oh, okay.
country.
So that's even older.
Yeah, that's older. That's Vern Gagne territory, sir.
See, that's how much I know.
Sal's on it. Man, Sal was our wrestling guru.
I'm getting fact checked by my co-host.
Yeah, leave it to the Samoan to be the wrestling expert. You know what I'm saying? Long lineage, right, Sal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chad, it looks like you might collect toys, maybe, huh?
Yes, I do. I've been collecting toys for many, many years. Somebody way back asked me what I did, and I said I collect monster toys, and she called me a toy ghoul. So ever since, this was 25 years ago. So people have called me the Toy Ghoul, and I'm Toy Ghoul on eBay. And I collect records. I love colored vinyl. Anything colored vinyl, I grab it. Watch horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got the entire McFarlane Movie Maniacs line, I'm guessing?
I have at one point. I think I have a few stragglers around here, but stuff comes and goes. I say, oh, I don't want that anymore, and then I sell it, and then usually a year or so later I'll go, oh, I need that again, and I buy it again. Yeah. I think I've got a couple leather faces, and
I used to collect that line. I had all the bloody variants. I had like all the different variants from that. I was in the McFarlane Movie Mate or the fan club and everything. And then I started getting into the rock, the ones like the Ozzy Osbourne and the Rob Zombie. I remember was real nice, big heavy set that he came with. I was a big fan of that line of toys myself. I did the Movie Maniacs. I collected Transformers for a long time too.
Oh. Yeah, I don't do any of the robots. Just lots of monster stuff, anything weird, 60s, 70s type stuff. So that's the majority of my collection.
Your art gives me the vibes of like the Spike and Mike festivals. Do you remember those, Chad?
Oh yeah, the twisted animation.
Yes, man. When I look at your sketches, man, I'm just like, oh man, this gives me Spike and Mike vibes.
Yeah, those were always fun. I think that was the first appearance of Beavis and Butthead. Was that a Spike night?
That's that Mike Judge. That's the Mike Judge. That's the Aeon Flux. All that, right? Yeah. No, that's Liquid Television. I'm sorry, Liquid Television is.
Yeah, before the internet, when we actually had to go into a theater and watch this.
Yes. Yes, when you buy something and there was no like magazines like for video games, you bought a video game by the cover and it sucked. Right. Well, yeah, I'm a couple. I might be a few generations behind you, Chad. My bad. I was over here in another ballpark.
Yeah, I don't know much about video games.
I got you.
I used to have an Atari 2600 and a Coleco.
Oh yeah, so did my grandma. That was my favorite thing to play over there.
Hey, so I've got Dan up on the big screen here, but while we're all at it, listen, if anybody out there watching this is interested in the old video games, if you can find yourself an old Nintendo Wii, one of the white Nintendo Wiis, and you want to send it to me, I will put homebrew on your system for you, and you will have every single Atari, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo game ever made all on that system with one click of a button. It's an amazing little hack that I know how to do. I have all the ROMs. I have all the games saved. I do it for my friends all the time. So if anybody has a Wii and they're an old school gamer that likes the Atari, what it's got? It's got Atari.
John, you just incriminated yourself.
I don't give a shit. Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Nintendo, and Super Nintendo games ever made. Every single game in the library I can put onto your Wii for you. It's very easy to do. So one more time here, we've got the Constance is in at $200 for the Dan Lydiate final artwork. Dan, show us this one more time, please. Anybody else want to get in on bidding on this? This is a final artwork for Dan's very first card that he had made. What set was this in, Dan?
What's that, son?
What set was this in again?
Garbage fan.
The garbage can.
Yeah, Ryan, send it over, bud. So we're gonna give you guys just a few more seconds and see if anybody wants to bid on this. We're trying to get these guys some cash while they're on here, and then I'm gonna get over to Chad. We're gonna throw something up from him that we can bid on and try to get everybody moving through here. So let's come over here. Lowell, are you a fan at all of comic books by chance?
Yeah, love comics.
If you were a comic book character, which one would you be? Marvel Universe, who are you?
Gosh, I always sort of would lean on to Mr. Fantastic if I had to be a Marvel guy. I think.
So you're in the Council of Reeds, huh? You're one of the Council of Reeds.
I guess so. I like that stuff. I like the old Marvel stuff, but really I love like the kind of weird old like anthologies and like the just funky things and like the EC stuff, the Tales from the Crypt and the sci-fi. I just like old weird crap, and I love the toys too.
I'm a big fan.
So you must love the Kirby verse. You must love Kirby art. His
I do like
stuff. He's so trippy, man.
Yeah, he's great. Ditko's great. Underground stuff. I love Crumb. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the old black and white horror movies, if you will. Like The Incredible Shrinking Man is one of my favorites.
That's a great one.
Oh my God, the original is just such an amazing movie. I watch it quite a bit still, as a matter of fact. When I was young, my friends and I would get together and we'd all, in all honesty, we'd all do a bunch of drugs and watch old black and white movies. Is how we pass time. You know what I mean? And we used to make a weekend thing of it, and it was really a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Many years ago.
Well, and those, like the William Castle movies, the Tingler. I mean, there was some just great. It seems like any weird idea back then you could make into something,
Oh yes, and I love the cheese horror, the great before special effects when they made the special effects happen. I'm revisiting all the Twilight Zones, all the originals. I've been binge watching them.
Oh yeah, this is from the Twilight Zone. This tattoo, if it might be backwards, but. That's from the cookbook, To Serve Man, and then
yes, To Serve Man. Yes, what an amazing episode!
Is that your favorite episode?
I don't know. It's a good one, but there's so many great ones. The Burgess Meredith, the H-bomb, Time Enough at Last. There's so many great ones.
There's so many good.
I love when the girl she took her face off, or they took the face off. She was beautiful, and everybody had deformed faces.
Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah,
had the pig faces.
Yeah, and then it was. I think the first episode was like the old man. He was like a nice person to all the kids in the neighborhood. I forgot what happened to him though. They took advantage of him. Oh man, the Twilight Zone is awesome. Your art is in the Twilight Zone, Mr. Isaac. For real.
It's a compliment.
Dan, do you do comic books, brother?
No, I don't.
You don't. So if I ask you what superhero you
mean sketching them or collecting them?
I just meant in general, like if you were to be a Marvel superhero, who would you think you would be? Who's your personality?
That's a good one. I'd probably be Deadpool.
Oh,
good answer.
He's a
One of
character.
those smart asses.
So I love the personality. I'm a bit of a clown myself when I'm loosened up. So
I like that. I like that answer.
Who are you, John? Who are you, though? I want to know who you are, John, in the Marvel Universe. Yeah.
Me? Okay, so you know what? You guys all know, well, most of you know I'm a Morbius fan, and I kind of attribute a lot of the stuff that Morbius does and a lot of his. So Morbius is a good guy, but he feeds off people, right? But he only feeds off evil people. So for the people that know me, I like to think that I'm a pretty nice guy. I try to be a pillar of our community. I try to, do the right thing. I try to be a good person. However, when somebody crosses me or I come across that person, man, I flip quick. You know what I'm saying? I go from being a nice guy to I'll bite your goddamn head off in a hurry,
Yeah, I've been there with you.
Right, and I feel that. I feel Dr. Michael Morbius' side of I'm going to clean up the world by feeding me sort of thing. Yeah. So you know, I've got two sides. There's a side of me that's very, very loyal and very friendly and very happy. But as soon as you cross me, man, you know, when I made a post about, you know, you're dead to me, that's fact. I don't mess around. I don't give people second chances. I'm just not that guy. You know, the way I see it is if you hurt me once, if you hurt my people once, chances are you're going to do it again. That's just human nature. So I relate a lot to Dr. Michael Morbius. I feel the pain of wanting to be a good person but having to be evil sometimes. You know what I mean?
My guy's Loki, and that's the reason why I like him. I like Loki because he just can't help being Loki. He could try to be good, and he'll still do some Loki shit. He'll still fuck some stuff up.
I feel that. All right, so Dan, are you okay? Can we end this auction? Are you good with $200 for your final artwork, bro? Do you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Constance has been a good support of my stuff. So yeah, all yours,
Constance
Constance.
is amazing. So we're gonna call that. I'm gonna bring Chad onto here. I'm gonna first of all ask Chad what Marvel super character he thinks he most relates to, and second of all, if you got something to sell for us, we'd love to see that.
Marvel super character, probably Sabretooth. And we kind of look alike, except he has
Just gonna
I'm bald. Sabretooth has hair, but yeah, I'm tall and hairy, and that would work. Yeah.
Remember the arc? Remember the arc when Sabretooth was supposedly Logan's father in the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
pushing that.
Yeah, and then in the movies they made him his brother, right?
Yeah. I was just like, wasn't it like in the 80s? I remember when he was brown and yellow, and he had the solo arc. They were pushing this whole thing that Sabretooth was his dad.
Yeah. I still have that comic series, Sal, actually, where they came out and made him, you know, that was going to be his father and this and that. Because I was always a Wolverine fan, too. I thought Wolverine's healing powers and stuff was just real cool as a kid. I really dug that.
Yeah, Wolverine was always my favorite character. Really, I started reading the X-Men way back when the Hellfire Club and the Dark Phoenix thing was new back in 1980. That was my first pickup of the X-Men. You guys might not have been born then. But yeah, that was my first introduction to that. So that's one of my favorite storylines with the X-Men, and still I think one of the best. I don't read a lot of modern comics, so I don't know what's going on now besides what's going on in the movies. I watch those, but I don't read the modern comics. I stick to the classics. So
yeah, I don't get down on the modern comics either, to be quite honest with you, man. I died out around the time of the Infinity War with Adam Warlock and stuff. Was about when I stopped collecting.
I still buy comics. I can't go into a comic book store without purchasing just to support. You know, I just do it.
Oh, I went in this week because I saw there's a new Days of Future Past comic, X-Men, and that was another one of my favorite storylines from back in the day. And this one talks about all the events leading up to that storyline and showing how Angel died and how how all the that cover with all the
I do remember it. Yeah.
Telling the story of who died, who got captured. So that's actually pretty good. I'd say, it's not the same, but it's pretty good. And then I ended up buying the reprints of Hulk 181 with the first appearance of Wolverine, and they did the nice
he gets ripped in half.
Yeah, they did the chrome cover, and I picked that up. And I like the reprints that they're doing of the older stuff too, because I used to have that stuff. I've sold it off, or I read it until it fell apart. I don't have them anymore, and I'm not paying $3,000 for a comic book. So
right.
So Chad, you got something to sell for us? We haven't gotten anything of yours up yet.
We're talking about comic books too.
Yeah, there you go.
I have a Garbage Pail Madball comic that was drawn, of course, by Jason Crosby, the interior. And he did a great job on these. If you guys haven't, I'm sure you guys have all seen these. Jason Crosby's a master.
He's a friend. He's been on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he does great work. But anyway, this is a Madball that I drew on there. I don't think it's an official Madball, or maybe it is. It's just something I scribbled out one day. And it needs a home. One of a kind sketch cover.
Where are we going to start the bidding out on this?
$20.
$20. I got $20 right now. I'll go $35 right now.
Gone at 35. I got him at high.
Yep, let's go. I love the comics, man. Again, I'll start pulling comics. I got artwork piled up all over here. I got show some people some other comics. Wow, there we go. Lions in at 40. We got the bids coming in. So here we go. These are some other pieces of Chad's work right here. Did this one for my wife.
50. Who's Facebook user that said 50?
Here's one of my
That, 50 for a comic. Is that you, John? Put John
that's
after
not-
your name.
John?
Oh.
No, that's not John. 50.
That's the newest Freddy that I did. Just did that one a month or so ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. I've named this character Vax or Asher. I have one that Mike Steffens did for me as well. That's very similar on a sketch card, and I dubbed him Vax or Asher. All right, so Lowell, you got a funny story about doing cards or just the experience of being a Topps artist that you could share with us? Just something that kind of made you laugh, or you think that the viewers might just kind of get a chuckle out of?
Oh man, that's a good question.
I know this is a tough one. I'm sorry to put you on the spot like that, but
That's okay. I feel like my weird obsession with Jar Jar cards was my funny story. There's probably more though. Gosh. I'll have to think about it maybe.
okay. What do you think of do you like the rule of the no blood, less pee, less poop? You know, they've kind of dumbed down and given you guys, I guess, some rules about Garbage Pail Kids, right? Like there's certain guidelines you guys have to follow.
Yeah. That's pretty rough. For me. But I also feel like, I mean, you know, I kind of do whatever people want me to do. So I they're still coming to me for the blood, it feels like, and I'm happy to do it. Because when you're doing the fan stuff, you don't have to worry about that. You can do whatever you want. But I do think it is kind of ridiculous. And I think that the brand, I don't know, hopefully it'll settle into something that's good. But yeah, I mean, the Garbage Pail is all about what's, subversive and interesting. And so what is it if it isn't those things, either it still should exist or it shouldn't. And if it exists, then it needs to be as horrible. Well, but the whole culture is kind of going that way too. I think there's going to be a point where we're kind of ready for more countercultural stuff again, naturally. And so maybe it'll come back and we'll have more horrible things to enjoy. But, I do think, I mean, it is funny. It's like, okay, I think earwax is still good. Boogers, vomit might be. I mean, if they lose vomit, we're in trouble, right?
They can.
Right. But on the other hand, like pee and poop, like that, we teach children that's okay. Like there's nothing evil
There's
about
children's book. There's children's book talking about how to go to the bathroom.
Those are natural.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
So I don't. It seems arbitrary for sure.
I hear that. Hey, listen, man, I skipped right over Kelly. My God, Kelly, and you're the Marvel guy. You love this stuff, and I didn't even throw this question at you. I'm so sorry, brother. Listen, Marvel Universe, you could talk about this stuff all day. I know you love comics. Who are you, man? What would you be?
Probably Speedball, just the superpowered goof with his cat.
What a great answer.
Yeah, right?
That's something I just wouldn't have seen coming, brother.
Yeah, pick a C-lister, somebody that's never making the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's so funny.
Do you like the Marvel movies? Are you into? You see, I dug like the Venom movies. I thought those were real cool. Do you like the Marvel movies and how the direction they've taken? Because again, I know you're big into the comics and stuff. I'm wondering your take on that.
Yeah, for the most part, I really like how they tend to kind of cherry pick the better parts storylines to cobble them together into the new MCU timeline.
Mm-hmm. Were you as pissed off about the Morbius movie as I was?
Well, that's not Marvel.
I
That's
wasn't
not MCU.
expecting much from that one. I'm not
that's
expecting
Sony.
much from Craven.
That was Sony, bro. That was Sony. That wasn't MCU. They didn't get that.
I don't
type.
care who did it, Sal. I don't care who did it. They took my character and ruined the movie.
I say blame Sony, man, because MCU they sold they. I mean, I'm pretty sure if they would make their own MonsterVerse, they're already doing. They did a Man-Thing movie or something like that, or Wolfman by Night. Oh man, did you see that movie on Disney?
Man-Thing's the one that they disown, I think.
No, he's on
the only MCU movie direct to video.
Oh no, yeah, that bad one from Sci-Fi. Was it the Sci-Fi?
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that one. But he's on the new Wolfman by Night movie on Disney.
That one was cool.
Yeah,
I
he
would
was
love to
awesome.
see more stuff like that.
Me too. I love the MonsterVerse. You know what I mean? I mean, real Dracula. Let's have Dracula on there, like evil ass
The
Dracula.
Blade reboot should be like a very grindhouse Blackula hunter.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. And then leading to the Tomb of Dracula. Let's bridge those two.
You got a funny story, Kelly? Anything interesting, funny? You know, just some kind of entertainment that you can share with people that you might, you know, just a good story.
None's coming to mind right now. No.
Nope.
That's a tough one. I know I hit you guys off guard with that one. Like, what are you talking about, John? Stop.
I think
Kelly
I got one.
likes to come in and watch us during Demon Hour, right?
All right, Lowell's got a story. Here we go.
I've got one. There's one collector that I've really been working with a long time named Olivier. He's become kind of a buddy. He's in France, and we do swaps, and he'll send things to me that I can't get, like cheese that hasn't been pasteurized, like French cheese. So it's pretty fun to do drawings in exchange for cheese. It feels like a good part of it.
I'm literally feeding my family here.
Yeah, and then
You're
at
adding
one
the
point,
cheese.
yeah, the package, like he packs them really well. It got lost in the mail, so it was gone for several months. And we thought it's gone, and then finally I got it, and half of it was a soft like brie that had gone totally bad. It was terrible.
Oh, yikes.
And then there was a big block of this Roquefort blue cheese, and it looked like the moon. It was all like brown and bubbly, and it smelled amazing. So I was like, okay, I got to try this. And I kind of had him. I was messaging him as I was doing it. I'm like, I'm going to eat it. I can't not eat it because it smells so good. And it was amazing. It was the best thing I've ever tasted. This Roquefort that's been cooking in the post office for months.
That's the magic. That's the magic of blue cheese. That's fermentation, baby.
Right. So I thought nothing that tastes this good could kill me. So I ate the whole thing. It was amazing.
I love blue cheese, brother. I'm on the keto diet, so blue cheese and blue cheese dressing is something I can eat. So like I eat blue cheese dressing on everything now. You know what I mean? I love this stuff personally. I was a fine dining chef for 17 years, so I used to cook with, you know, all types of different strange cheeses, and blue cheese has such a wonderful, unique flavor. If you're making a sauce or something to put it in, it really,
absolutely. Cambozola I like a lot too, but yeah, I feel like in America we all like will pasteurize it a little bit or something, but the French, they're just like, no, it'll be full of, you know, deadly. I mean, there's a maggot cheese that looks really interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, blue cheese process is a maggot cheese. You know what I mean? That's a maggot process.
Yeah.
Guys like that Fermunda cheese? I'm just kidding. Nothing. I'm just making a joke.
No thanks, man. Nope.
We got Tech at high on 55 on the sketch cover.
That's what I was just gonna do. Chad, show us that comic one more time, bud. So this is what we're bidding on, everybody, right now. Tech is in at $55 is our high bidder. That's a Chad Scheres original GPK Madballs comic cover. Anybody would like some of that? Tech is in at 55. Outbid Tech, and you're in. There we go. Ryan 60.
Yep.
I invited Ryan on. Where are you, buddy?
Ryan's
and
on.
By the way, we're joined by another guest host. Brian Siegel popped in with us.
What's up, Brian?
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Oh, wonderful! Just enjoying some fantastic art here.
Yes. Yeah, great conversation with you guys as well.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah, we got an amazing panel on today, man.
Yeah, we do.
That's a steal. If Ryan gets that for 60, that's a steal.
Yeah, it is.
100%.
It's going to a home though. We got bids. It's going to somebody's house. We found a home for it somewhere in the world.
Then you get a free sticker with purchase.
Free sticker.
So Brian, what are you working on? You're always drawing something, brother. What do you got going on?
I'm actually working on something for Mr. Parker. Charlie Parker. I promised him I'd make him one, or I'd do something for him. So I'm working on a Captain Spaulding right now myself.
There you go. All right, I love it.
Adam Mark, $65.
So how many of you guys are doing garbage shoot droids? How many of you guys are on that lineup? Lowell, are you doing the shoots at all?
No, I don't know about that
You
one.
ought to be. Adam, yo, right here's your guy. So we know a guy that can probably make that happen, Lowell. You got a lot of fans out there, you know what I mean? We'd love to see you in some other sets. So
I
Adam,
appreciate that.
if Lowell's got time, there you go.
Okay, sounds interesting. Also, I'm gonna have to head out. I got some dinner.
Listen, we
Awesome.
appreciate your time. It was so nice to meet you, Lowell. Thank you for coming on and saying hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Look
No
at
problem.
Adam.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
Nice chatting with you, man.
It was great meeting you, brother. Take it easy.
Have a good one.
All right. So,
Yes.
where are we? Chad, you're on the Garbage Chute Droids, right?
Yeah, I did some sketch cards a year or two ago for that set, I think. Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah.
Adam said earlier in the chat that he needs you to do some more. So, and I'm sure that he did. I know for a fact I saw that. So we'd love to see some more of your work into that set too. If you got the time and the the motivation to do such things.
Yeah, depending on how soon he needs them, I can definitely do that.
There you go, Adam. I'm hustling for all my boys today. Woo!
Good fan. Like, we really hit that bug hard. It's so fun pulling sketches of our friends. Like, that's the thrill of those cards. And I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm a big GPK fan. I mean, it's like says my name on everything there, you know.
What's heartbreaking is that there's so many hundreds of thousands or thousands of sketches that don't even see the light of day because they're just sealed in cases, just sealed away in boxes. You know what I mean? Like, free the sketches. Hashtag free the sketches, chat. Hashtag free the sketches.
Yeah, it's sad. A lot of them, I think, end up in Topps drawers and at their personal collections and stuff. But
I mean, I know some people personally that just has cases that plan to just sell them later on when the value goes up. You know what I mean? I just keep telling them, free your sketches.
Kelly, you're always into the Droids family, right, brother? You're always doing Droids for him, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been there for a bit now. I'm pretty sure Adam's still sitting on a good number of my sketches yet to be distributed.
Awesome! I can't wait to see those out in the real world. You know what I mean?
Freed from the packs.
Yeah. Dan, are you on the Droids team, brother?
No, I haven't done any droids yet. So maybe in the future we'll see what happens.
Are you familiar with them?
Are you aware what they are?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
a lot of my friends are doing the Garbage Chute Droids.
You buddies with Scotch over there?
In the GPK rookie set that are doing it. So yeah.
Oh yeah. You know Scotch from over there too?
Brent?
Yeah, Brent Scotch, yeah.
Yeah, good dude. Good. We had him on here before. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to do them if they need another artist.
Oh, that's awesome. Like, I think he'd love it. Heck yeah.
All right, so we've got Adam Marks in at the high bid at 65 on the Chad Scheres comic at the moment. If anybody still wants to bid on that, let's get some bids in here. Let me see here. What do we got? We got Ryan over here. What's up, Ryan?
What's going on?
What are you working on, brother? You're always drawing something up for us too. What do you got on your table?
Right now I'm redoing a sketch for the droids. Like, I did the original card and sent it in, but I'm making a bigger one, hopefully to use later.
He pops on screen and takes the highest bid too. Welcome, Ryan.
Yeah, he's stunting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, listen,
welcome.
I'm not going to lie. I'm running low on questions here. Does anybody on the panel have anything they want to ask the artist? You guys got something out there in queue?
I actually got something, if you don't mind, John.
Yeah, please, brother.
So if you guys don't mind me asking, so like you got to cut a couple, aspiring, hopefully to be Topps artists here in the future. Myself, probably Ryan. I know Cloudy's probably on here somewhere. I think he's already in, isn't he?
He was in, yeah.
Is he? Okay, yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt the interview, but yeah, man. What's up, Cloudy?
No, but yeah, I mean, like, if you guys have any advice to like the aspiring artists that are trying to get into Topps?
So let's start right at the top. Chad, what would you tell one of the new artists that's trying to get in? What's your advice to the new guys, the aspiring guys that want to be a part of the family here?
Never give up. If you love doing it, stay with it. I mean, like I said earlier, I got in with that artist on demand set. Had nothing to do with Garbage Pail Kids, but it was a foot in the door at Topps, and I still had to send in GPK samples for over 2 years before I got on a GPK set. And I didn't hear anything for 2 years. And then finally I got that email out of nowhere saying, hey, we've got room. You want to come in? So I didn't give up. I kept with it, stick with it. Doing finals too. I've done finals for Wacky Packages, which was my favorite as a kid. That's what I collected. And at one point I said, I want to do final art for Wacky Packages. And I was told by another artist, no, it's never going to happen. And I stuck with it. I didn't listen to him. I just kept with it. And I've done probably 15 of them now, 15 finals.
Wow.
So just stick with it. Don't get discouraged. If you love doing it, do it. Stay with it. Don't let anybody else put you down until you know it can't be done. Just keep at it. It'll happen eventually. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Don't do it for the money, though. Don't ever do it for the money. Don't say, I want to be a top sketch card artist for the money. That's not the way it works. You have to
Yeah, you guys, they don't give you guys a lot of money, do they? I mean, the average card doesn't pay much from Tops, but you know, I mean, meeting us and the fans, you guys really inspire us, and some of us, you know, not for nothing, but we drop mortgage payments on these sketch cards. You know what I mean?
I know I do.
Yeah, we make the money from the returns, but I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, I need a job. I need to work for Tops. I need a good paying gig. I want to get into sketch cards. And I always tell them, don't do it for that. Do it because you love doing it. Because when you see those checks from Tops, it's not good. Yeah, and you do make the money from the returns. That's where the money comes from. But when you're sitting there and cranking out 150 sketches and on a deadline and you're not getting a lot of money for it, you just have to remember that. I love doing this and it's fun. It's not about the money.
Yeah, I've heard some bad stories about the prices they pay y'all, man, with those sketch cards, man.
It isn't a lot, but like I said, if you work it right with your returns, you get. I mean, I've sold sketch cards, my return sketch cards on eBay. If I draw Atom Bomb or Donald Trump on it, I've had them go for $600 or $700.
Boom. Yes.
You know, just if I draw Donald Trump on a sketch card, it's guaranteed money because people want Donald Trump on there.
Or you can only do so many.
Yeah, I know. And it's just like, and that's why I always go back and draw the ones that I like. And it's like, I like this one, but I only sold it for $100 or I only got $75 for it, but I really like doing it. So, but yeah, you make your money on the returns and the commissions and everything. If you don't have that Tops name under your belt for doing that, you know, I basically was just some weird guy that sat in his basement and draw monsters until I got on with Tops, and now I'm this official Tops artist guy. And it's a good banner, good name to have on your resume. And yeah, it all helps. But do it for the love, not for the money, because it's not, you have to love it.
See, that's where, and I always say, like, I hate Atom Bomb. I hate that everybody, you know, I'm going to make Atom Bomb as Dead Ted. I'm going to make Atom Bomb as Asher. But from the artist standpoint, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it sells. I do understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Atom Bomb on a sketch card is a guaranteed sell anytime.
So, Kelly, there's a roving gang of third graders around your house. Ryan, you know where I'm going with this. I see you laughing.
Yeah, that's my favorite question to ask.
Ryan wanted me to ask this to Tom Bunk, and I refused to do it. There's a roving gang of third graders around your house, and you know it's going to end badly. How many of them can you take before they finally overcome you and whoop your ass?
Am I armed or am I just like fighting children with my bare fists?
Just bare knuckle beating up kids. How many third graders is it going to take to take down Kelly Greider?
I think I could last a while in a gauntlet if they're going to line up like it's a 70s kung fu movie and let me take them one at a time. But if I get swarmed, once you get past like 5 of them, you got one on each arm, one on each leg, they're going to take you down. Yeah, my upward limit is 6.
This is a fun question to ask, but I was never in a million years going to ask Tom Bunk this question. You know what I mean? Like, that just wasn't on the docket for the day.
It's one of those questions that a month later you'll be like, man, I don't know if I could take 6 anymore, and it just sticks with you.
Dan, how many third graders are you going to beat up before they finally overcome you, brother?
Just the one, mate. The rest will run away, I'm sure.
I ain't answering. I don't want to get in trouble.
Well, okay, we got $75. We're at $75 on the Chad Scheres comic. If anybody else would like to make a bid on that, please hop in. Now, listen, I also want everybody to know that I know that we auctioned off one of Kelly's WWE sketch cards. Ryan's in at $80 on the comic. However, I know Kelly has more of these WWE sketch cards. Kelly, I'd like you to put up a post on the on my group, if you will, in the sketch card group, and we'll get some of those WWE crossover sketches you did sold for you because we're running out of time here. So I want to make sure that we get those out there and people can see them because I think people will be interested in those. However, we are coming up on the 1.5 hour mark, and we don't like to keep you guys for all too long. So unless somebody's got, some more questions or there's questions from the lobby or something, I think we're going to start signing off. Does that sound about right, Dave?
Yep.
Does anybody
My
have
back went out about an hour ago. That's why I haven't been on camera. I'm not known for this.
So yeah, Dan, any final words, any final thoughts, brother?
Oh, not really. Just hope you guys enjoy the cards I'm doing for the upcoming set. I'm in a group chat with a lot of the rookies that are sketching for the set, and there's some friggin' awesome stuff coming. I think everyone's going to be pretty happy.
I'm looking forward to seeing your artwork, brother. I'm not going to lie. I thank you so much for being on and spending some time with us, man. It was nice to meet you. It was nice to introduce you to the community. I think there are a lot of people that weren't aware, that you're official, that you're on the team now. So we got something to look forward to.
You're welcome back anytime, Dan. This was fun.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate it.
All you guys. Kelly,
guys.
man, I've known you for years now, and this is the first time you and I met face to face. It was nice meeting you. Appreciate your time.
I know you guys too.
I want you to put your other WWE cards up on the sketch card group because I think people will like those, and I think we could sell a few of those for you. Any closing comments, advice, any words of wisdom for the peanut gallery out there?
I guess I'll stick with living the gimmick and close with thank you, fuck you, and good night.
Hey,
shout out to Demon Honor too, man.
Hey, we'll
You're
take
like
it,
the
man.
house artist there.
We don't advertise as family friendly. We'll take it. Thank you for your time, Kelly. It was a pleasure meeting you, brother.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
You're one of my favorite people. You know that, man. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
We're back at you, brother.
Mr. Chad Scheres, listen, we appreciate you being on. We've got $80 at your comic book. Ryan's in at 80. Anybody else want to jump in on this? Otherwise, we're going to call that as our last auction. We're going to sell that book out, and we're going to say goodnight to Mr. Scheres as well. So last chance to jump in on that. Chad, any words of wisdom? What is your iconic words of wisdom to leave our viewers with today?
Have fun. Stay weird. Thanks for having me.
I love it. That is
You're awesome, dude.
Best advice out there, man. Thank you so much. We're going to call it.
Ryan, I'll get a hold of you or you get a hold of me and we'll work this out. I think you're the high bidder on that.
Yep. Sold. Ryan, $80, brother.
Ryan's our winner. I'm putting it down.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Chad. We appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Take care, guys.
All right. I think that was all of our artist friends. Let's bring up Ryan.
Ryan and Brian are there.
I'm bringing them up. Just relax, brother. I'm not leaving our folks out. Ryan, you're like our house artist. We got you on drawing every week, man. We appreciate you being here. Popping in your time. Keep doing what you're doing because we're getting you on this as an official artist. You know that.
Oh, I'll show you one that I did last weekend.
Let's see it.
Let me turn this over first.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That lava, man. It's glowing. That's some magma.
You know you hate drawing atom bomb. Quit it, Ryan.
I do hate it, but it sells.
That hits though, brother. That looks
Go
good.
where the money goes.
That was a warm up for
keep doing them over and over and over.
I was donating a card to somebody's selling GPK stuff to raise money for kids. So I did a panel for him, and that was the warm up for it.
Got any words of wisdom to sign off on? We're doing words of wisdom today.
Oh man, I don't know shit. So
that was good enough, man. We'll just call that as your words of wisdom. Ryan don't know shit. Here we go.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, we love you, brother. Thank you for spending time with us, Ryan.
Oh, my pleasure.
Oh, Brian, still working, man. You're always working too. What's your words of wisdom for the day? Give us something to laugh at for the day.
Well, we definitely need to. I need to get up with you about some other stuff, John. Me and Ryan have been kind of putting our heads together on a hopefully soon to be maybe another fan base set. So
let's do this.
Yeah, trying to reach out to a couple different artists that might be interested in doing it. It's definitely going to be like a horror based set. Trying to put basically like horror characters in like awkward settings like they wouldn't normally be in, like different movies and stuff.
Okay.
So, Ryan, what was one of your ideas?
Teenage Mutant Children of the Corn or something like that. That was one of them.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I had like Forrest Gump at Pet Cemetery. That was going to be kind of neat.
So I've been pushing for Slasher Asher wiping his butt with a claw coming out of his abdomen. I've been pushing that one to the artist forever. If any of the artists on here want to do that for me, I want it.
I think I can make that happen.
Wiping his ass with a claw coming out of it, just looking surprised and shocked with a claw coming out of his abdomen with some toilet paper hanging off it. It's the funniest concept going, man. You might even be able to sell it to Tops. I'll let you do it.
No words of wisdom for me, but I mean, yeah. No, just have fun.
Well, thanks for being here, brother. Big Sal, what you got, man? Give me some words. Give me some wisdom of the day right here.
The wisdom of the day is thank you for everybody to come and support what's going on. We had a bunch of great artists here today. We had Kelly Greider. We had Chad Scheres. We had Dan Lydiate. We had Lowell Isaac. We've had who else? Jeff Cox. Did anybody else jump off?
Nope, that was all of our artists today.
Man, what an amazing panel. We talked about a bunch of stuff. Not only GPK, we talked about some of our geeky interests and stuff like that, things we collect. And I hope the fans watching got to know the artists a little more. And because I think this is a great place to get to know the artists. And thank you for supporting. I still think somebody got that Lowell Isaac card for highway robbery. That's just wow.
Yeah, if I wasn't so poor, I would have been on that myself, to be quite honest with you. But we all know I'm poor. So what's up, Big D? You know, on that, another week down. We've already got next week lining up, guys.
But I gotta plug my friends first. So following this, fellow top sketch artist Ricky Kipfer is gonna be live. So if you guys want to check out some more GPK content, get over there and definitely check out Ricky. He's been on here too. Awesome dude. He's one of the other guys who puts up a lot of content, and that's what we're trying to do. I'm emphasizing every week, man. Let's get some more people on here. We got Sal on here now hanging out with us. We got Ryan joining us. Brian left, but he joins us all the time. Let's do it. Let's build a community. That's what we're doing, right? Right, John?
That's what we're doing here. And
that's
you guys,
all I got. There's my wisdom. I can't
stress this enough. You take care of these artists that take care of us. People that come on and spend time with us, telling us stories, answering awkward ass questions like what Marvel hero would you be and stuff. These are our friends, you guys. These are the people that you support. When you want to get a commission, these are the people you call up. These are the people you message and you talk to. These are our people in our community. So don't forget that. Always support your artists.
And respect the process. Respect the process. Don't be mad at the process. It'll get to you. You know what I mean?
That's it. All right, guys, listen, we're out of here. Thank you to all of our artists. Thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you to Big Sal for jumping in with us and helping us keep track of all this madness. Big D, you know I love you, brother. We got to get you on playing some NBA Jam, you know.
Did you finally get that put
together? I need to go to the chiropractor first.
He couldn't buy a bucket.
Yeah, right. Oh, dude, I was playing it earlier today. You guys have no idea. They were talking about arcade cabinets earlier. I'm just thinking in my head, yeah, I got NBA Jam.
So listen, I got chicken wings here to eat.
So everybody have a great night.
Thank you, guys.
See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
What do you mean next week?